Hello, 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 hello. After my couple of day hiatus, I am finally fucking back. I hope you all had a good 4th of July if you celebrate that. If you don't, shit, I don't know what to say. But, I got a funny joke for you guys. About a month ago, I had to get a new computer. Or sell something to get a new computer, right? Guess what happened to it? It got the blue screen of death 3 times in 2 days. So I'm recording this on a new computer. On a brighter note, though, I was able to get all of my shit back, including some stuff I was recording, or I pre-recorded already, and that was like 4 projects for me. So that saves about an hour of my life, maybe even longer, which is great. This is going to be one of those rare occasions where I'm going to actually probably have to cut the story in 2, because I have a reading Twi and Me by Hot Sauce. Yep. Twi and Me by that Hot Sauce. The one who made Foaling Around with the Keymark Crusaders, Foaling, and Twi and Me. He's made one other story, but that one's weird. Maybe at a different time. Anyway, let's get started. By the way, I've read the story before, and to anybody who watches Azuka, however you say it, shut up. I'm not trying to rip him off. I'll read what I goddamn please. That's not to say I don't like him, though. He's an entertaining guy. But that's not the point. On to the story. With Twilight's help, I eased myself painfully down onto her couch. Nurse Mercy back in Ponyville Clinic had done a great job with the bandaging, but the wound in my side, although well on the way to healing, was still throbbing painfully, and I'd run out of the little candy-shaped painkillers that I've been given. That means he's a drug addict. Luckily, there was an open bottle of dandelion wine on the coffee table, and I reached across and shook the bottle gratefully. "Oh, you're not going to drink, are you?" The unicorn looked on in concern as I poured myself glasses of the wine with a grimace. Or grimps. I don't know how to fucking say that word. Shut up. Nurse Mercy said you shouldn't drink alcohol until you're feeling better. "Look, Twi," I said, pausing to knock back a mouthful. The warm, sweet liquor was already doing me more good than all the painkillers I'd taken. "I got hit by a Manticore's tail. I think I'm going to have a drink to celebrate the fact that I'm not dead. Nurse Mercy be damned." Twi giggled at my swearing, but then her face filled with remorse. "It's all my fault. We never should have gone to the Everfree Forest. I almost got you killed." Aw, poor Twilight. "Don't worry, Twilight. I love you." Shut up. Twilight and Luna are my favorites. P.S. they are. Shut up. You should not have a problem with my ponies. You know what? You're the one watching this video. So, shush. I smiled at her and shook my head. "It wasn't your fault, Twi. You were just trying to help me. And if you hadn't reached me in time, I'd be in a lot worse shape than just having a bunch of puncture marks on my side." "What in Equestria are you talking about?" Twi frowned. "You leaped in front of me!" "Nah, I was just trying to run past you. You see, I didn't have to run Manticore. I just had to outrun you." I winked at her to let her know that I was joking. Twi was not great with picking up even the most obvious jokes, so you had to be careful. The sad thing is, I can totally imagine Twilight like that. Oh well. Twi giggled. I'm not going to the giggle. She had a throaty, gentle little laugh that you didn't hear that often. I've been trying to get her to loosen up a little, and it seemed to be working. But she was still obsessed with returning me to the human world after I'd been brought here by accident through one of her spells. Not surprised. "Are you going to join me?" I asked, waggling the bottle in front of her face. "I can't possibly drink the whole bottle all by myself in my weakened condition." Twi eyed it out with longing. "Oh, don't tease me. You know I've sworn off alcohol." "Here's a question. Why the fuck do you have it then?" Logic. Come at me now. Come at me, bro. It was true. She had. For she had been drunk when she'd cast a spell that... Even when she's drunk, she causes mayhem. For she had been drunk when she'd cast a spell that accidentally dragged me into Equestria rather than the sample of the extra-dimensional plant life she had engendered. She'd been collecting plants from the various universes that bordered on Equestria, and it was usually a simple thing to bring a sample through a small portal that she'd open up. But around a month ago, after a few too many shots of vanilla lemon vodka with Pinky and Rarity... I could see it with Pinky, but Rarity, really... Twi had come home and then throwing herself back into her work. Instead of a sample of plant life, it was me who ended up getting stuck through the portal into Equestria. By the way, I should probably mention, I don't know if this is the guy who's also in Foaling. I highly doubt it, though. In fact, I think this story was made after all of the Foaling stories. So maybe? I don't know. This is a completely separate story. Speaking of which, a third one has not been released yet, so can't help you there. Sorry. But mind you, this still is the same author, same storytelling style, so that's why I brought it up. Yep. I've been here a few months now. Of course, after trying all the magic she knew, Twilight took me to see Princess Celestia, but the news hadn't been good. Princess told us that although drawing things into Equestria was quite straightforward, there was no easy way to send things back to their own universe. Apparently, and here's where the explanation became a bit hard for me to follow. The universes keep moving around at random, and predicting which one will be closest to Equestria at any given time is, well, nigh impossible. And so I was stuck here. I'd moped around for about a week, as you might expect, worrying about my family and friends back on Earth, but slowly I'd adapted to life here in Equestria. I'm going to be vegetarian and all, and also eat dessert 3 times a day. It wasn't all that bad, and the ponies were pretty cool. They'd welcome me with open arms, or 4 legs, and here in Ponyville there weren't any essays to write, exams to sit, or other pointless mundane crap like that, and filled my pretty disappointing overall life back on Earth. You know, I'd be happy with that. I don't know about you guys, but I would. Laugh in Equestria's kick ass. And so I started to enjoy living here. And more I was wanting Twilight not to find a way to get me back home. But the stubborn little pony refused to be diverted from her latest project, and she spent day and night obsessing about it. Although as recently I'd managed to get her to take breaks from her experimentation and research. But she always seemed to somehow find a way to involve her work with whatever little activity I dragged her off to. Yeah, that's Twilight. By the way, a lot of people don't like the story. I think it does pretty well portraying what Twilight would be like. Because, just based on what we see from the show, this does seem like her in my book. Maybe you guys don't agree with me, I don't know, let's just put it as see. Oh well. I don't know why I'm sniffling, I'm not sick, I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm not sick. Oh wait, fuck, I'm an atheist, fuck. I swear to my non-existent God that I exist. My not God. How's that? Our ill-fated little walk through the pleasant, flower-filled meadow around Fluttershy's treehouse was the latest example of fa-la-la-la-la-la. I don't know why I did that. I've been getting Twilight to tell me the names of all the different birds and insects and plants that we encountered. I knew she lived showing off her knowledge, spending times outdoors in the endless sunshiny days. Of Equestria, spring was much more fun than being stuck in her laboratory and watching her fill test tubes with strange-colored chemicals in a seemingly endless succession. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere. I don't know. Equestrian flora and fauna overlapped with ours in a lot of ways, but there was often some strange, punny aspect to them. Like there isn't ours. No. As we walked together through the meadow fields, we found buttercups that in Equestria taste like real butter. They were Twilight's favorite, and she finally controlled me into trying some, and they'd be creamy and delicious. Terrifying. Sunflowers that shone so brightly with their own light that you could barely stand to look at them. Snapdragons that snapped at you when you tried to pick them. And so, at last, I decided to try to pick some daisies instead. And having found them to be just the same as the ones you get back on Earth, I made a little bouquet of them and surprised them to try with them. Aww. But what the fuck would a buttercup taste like? I'm sorry, but excuse me when I say I haven't eaten a stick of butter. The irony of this all, apparently when I was really young, I was like 2 or 3, I used to eat margarine. Just like fucking straight up margarine. I don't know. For me? She cried in delight, taking the bouquet in her mouth and straight away starting to eat it. Nice. How did you know daisies are my favorite? And as I watched her happily chewing on them, I suddenly realized I was in love with a lavender-colored pony. Insert Lou Reed / Velvet Underground reference here. If you don't get that, then it's okay. I guess I've been trying to fight the feelings for a good while now. I'm hooked on feeling. I'm high on believing. And I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. Shit. So they kept trying to sing a song and know the rest of the lyrics too. Anyway, I've been a little freaked out by all the talking ponies and dragons and so on, but you'd be amazed how quickly you get used to things. Not really. Especially if you're the guy from Mr. Ed. I'm making jokes aplenty here. I shouldn't even know these jokes, really. And the ponies were adorable with their big eyes and cheerful faces, their ability to talk in their human mannerisms, and their round little bodies that seemed like they were made from marshmallow fluff. I'm getting too carried away with this shit. They were quite unreal. They were quite unlike real ponies or horses, except for odd times such as the one with Twi munching on the bouquet, just like a real pony would. A single white petal she'd miss sticking to her lip. But it was one thing to think of them as people, and right now I fall in love with one. You'd be surprised. As we walked through those flowery meadows, the gentle buzzing of bees in our ears, the glittery spring sun setting in little brooks that we hopped over, the streams of tiny doms, my heart became filled with increasing panic. I was in love with Twilight Sparkle, and she probably saw me as nothing much more than an interesting sample from another universe, or even worse, a friend. Twi had been watching me for a while now, as I looked downcast, but she, in her own little way, completely misinterpreted the reason for my sudden dejection. Twi was like that. She wasn't good at understanding emotions, especially the emotions of others. I guess it was that variety of naivety that so often goes hand in hand with genius. Yep, sure. The sad thing is, people say that I'm pretty smart. I don't know. Apparently, I have pretty good IQ. I don't know. That was a while ago when I got that test. But, I'm really fucking oblivious to everything. It's like a girl could say, hey, come into my room, I want to show you something. You know, it could be like, no, it's good. Not realizing what she might actually want. She could just go out and say, I want you to fuck me. And it was like, and I wouldn't get it. How's that? That's how oblivious I am. So, that's true for me at least. Shut up. Why am I even saying these things? This is a terrible idea. Oh wait, this is the internet. Oh well. And so she walked up to me, and getting her up on her hind legs, she placed a hoof on my shoulder and said, with sisterly concern, I promise I'll do everything I can to get you back home. I looked at her, and the soft kindness of her big violet eyes filled my heart with a terrifying mixture of longing and anxiety. But then I saw them sparkle with sudden intensity. Only it didn't color Twilight Sparkle. Oh, I've just had an amazing idea, cried Twi. Follow me. Whee. Without further ado, she started to trot off in the direction of the Everfree Forest. I just stood there. Wait, Twilight! What idea? What are you talking about? Yeah, that's gonna sound loud. Oh well. Twi stopped and looked back at me with exasperation. We're going to the temple of the two sisters. Don't you remember that Princess Celestia said that the only ancient of all ancient magic could get you home? And there sure be something there. Some clue, some logic, something that can help us. It's amazing. Ancient magic is more useful than modern magic. Oh well. Great. Another quiet little moment together ruined. I didn't want to see I'm thankful, though, so I masked the feelings of sudden disappointment that welled up in me with the thought of leaving Equestria, and I ran up to catch her. I thought that's what you don't want. Well, whatever. But we never reached the temple, and instead had met up with Manticore. Not the kind-hearted one that Fluttershy had tamed, but a vicious and terrifying critter that we just barely escaped from with our lives. Yay! After jumping in front of its mighty tail, taking a blow that had been intended for Twilight, I'd fallen to the ground, dazed and in terrible pain, with just enough life left in me to watch in awe and amazement as the Manticore was flung through the air as if by a mighty invisible hand, all through the desperate power of Twilight's magic. Reminded me of Psychonauts. And then, slipping in and out of consciousness, blood pouring from my side, Twilight carried me out of the forest on her back. You have magic. We were closer to Ponyville than to Sakura's hut, which was deep in the center of the forest, so it was in the Ponyville clinic that I had woken up several hours later. Nurse Mercy, and a concerned and remorseful Twilight at my side. Good on you. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have gotten something to drink. Well, I don't give a shit. But that was yesterday. Damn. It's eventful yesterday. Now I'm sitting on her couch, drinking dandelion wine and feeling much better. Much, much better. A lot better. I'm dragging this on. But Twi was just as remorseful as she'd been when I first woke up from my days. I'm so sorry I brought you here, away from all your friends and family, she said. And that awful injury. It's all my fault. She looked down at her hoof. You must hate me. I laughed. And at the sound, Twi raised her face again and looked at me in confusion. Oh, Twi, I don't hate you. But of course I didn't say what I felt. I heard it a somersault. And panicking, I found myself battling instead. You're an awesome friend, and I really like you. As a friend, I mean. Not to mention all those people back on Earth. They were kind of assholes. They were fucking assholes. Oh god, had I really just said all that crap? But Twi didn't seem put off, I don't fucking know, by my pathetic ramblings. In fact, she seemed pleased. The look of misery had brightened me into a smile, and her shoulder had slumped in relief. Really? You think of me as a friend? I nodded lamely. Well, that was the end of that. I poured myself another glass of dandelion wine, but as I did, I suddenly saw a second glass floating in the air before me, held in place by a magenta glow. I looked at Twi and she smiled back in embarrassment. I guess I will have a drink after all. I chuckled as I poured her a substantial glass of the fiery liquor. Hey guys, I got an idea for a drinking game. Every time a pointless descriptive word is used, in hot sauce style fashion, take a drink. I can't play with you because I don't have any alcohol. I'm a minor, and I don't have anything to drink on me. Although, something for you guys there. Do it. Try it for the other stories by Hot Sauce as well. It'll be fun. I promise you won't die of liver disease from all that alcohol, or whatever you drink. I chuckled as I poured her a substantial glass of the fire liquor. You just definitely deserve it, Twi. That was some amazing magic out there. How do you know it was magic and not psychonaut powers? Maybe Twilight's a psychonaut. Twi's ears went back and she blushed. Thank you, she replied. Then her ears perked up again and she looked at me with glittering eyes. You were pretty amazing too, you know. And there's some big burly stallions, so I wouldn't try and fess with Manticore like you did. It was just foolishness rather than bravery, I replied. Twi looked at me with a frown. Foolishness. I blinked and quickly corrected myself. Twi wasn't great with irony either. Yeah, okay, I guess I was pretty brave. You know, for a genius, you're not very good at this kind of stuff. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, guys, I gotta cut this into probably 2 or 3 parts. Not yet, though. But probably 2 or 3. Why? Because this is going on for 20 minutes, and we're about only a third way done with the story. And last time I tried rendering an hour-long part, it took me about 11-12 hours. Yeah. Twi nodded. You were. It was just luck that it was a glancing blow. That Manticore could have easily have killed you. She took another drink from her floating glass and flew back over to me for a refill. I was more than happy to oblige. I love drinking at the best of times, but drinking with a pretty girl who's not afraid to meet you drink for drink is even better. Don't you agree? Oh, yes. And unlike most human girls, Twi could actually hold her liquor without getting sleepy and collapsing. Yay! In fact, the liquor made her talkative and upbeat, rather from her usual phlegmatic self. Like that. Take a drink. Phlegmatic. That's, so yeah, take a drink. Unlike the other little ponies in Ponyville, Twi was generally interested in my stories about the human world. I regaled her with my knowledge of science, only some of which was applicable to the world of Equestria. For example, for them the sun revolved around their planet, and the seasons were the result of, you guessed it, magic. I explained to Twi how our world revolved around the sun, and how the tilt of the globe on its axis was what brought about our seasons. She sat there, riveted, and I laughed to myself that this was the first time in my life that my knowledge of science had been useful in keeping a girl entertained. So your Earth is essentially an entire planet like the Everfree forests. Her eyes were wide with amazement. Life on your world must be so dangerous, what with all the monsters roaming around everywhere. I chuckled. There aren't really any monsters on Earth. I mean, we used to have dinosaurs, big lizard things, not much different from dragons. But they all got wiped out. I used to say that the only monsters left on Earth are us humans. But some people still believe in them. I mean, believe in werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. I suddenly laughed. You know, Twi, I'm glad that the first thing that pops in my head now when I hear the name Twilight is your face and not those lame sparkly vampires. Yep, fucking sparkly vampires, man. Twi paused mid-sip and frowned. What do you mean, sparkly vampires? Well, I didn't really want to get into it involved in an in-depth explanation. There was a series of novels called Twilight that were pretty popular for a while in the gaming world. They had these lame, sparkly vampires in them that Twi snorted. You know, there's no such thing as vampires, right? I have no idea why anybody would want to read about things that just aren't real. It was such a waste of time to me. Just for fun, I guess, I replied, shrugging. I started kicking myself that the conversation had gone in this direction. I've been getting all worked up over the science! Now she was on the defensive and about to start on one of her rants. Made up stuff isn't fun. Yes, it is. I read it for a living. This has been brought to you by me, Soup, a guy who reads stuff for the internet. Also has a 5 after his name. Yep. Twi rolled her eyes. Statistics and graphs and facts. Now they're fun. She raised her head, and with her horn glowing, she levitated down a huge book from high up on her, I can't fucking talk. God damn it. This always happens when I read this guy's stories. No, not any other story, just this guy's. On of her bookshelves. And I think that's wrong. Her now spine was the encyclopedia. I don't fucking know. The Encyclopedia Equestria Book of Facts. She opened it. I saw the subtitle on the front cover. They're totally fun. So what should I look up? She asked excitedly. I shrugged. I don't know. How about Manticores? New Curtin muttered as she flipped through the book rapidly and cried out when she found what she was looking for. Aha, here we are. You cleared her fruit and started to already count the film that she's discovered. The fun fact she's discovered. The spines in Manticore's tail are covered in venom containing an anticoagulant, which makes wounds inflicted them bleed for days. Oh god. Googled her muzzle. Ew, that's actually kind of gross. She looked at my bandaged side, and it makes me feel even worse about what happened. Nice. It's totally an interesting fact, though. I chuckled, brightening up. Maybe facts could be fun. Here, pass me the book. Twi hopped up onto the couch and lay down so that she could read the book alongside me. Her eyes were glued to my hands as I flipped through the pages, rapidly looking for another fun fact. Must be useful having those hands. Fucking hands. Twi sighed. It can be pretty exhausting having to use magic to move everything around all the time. How about those poor earth brownies, I said. Twi looked thoughtful. Well, yes, but earth brownies are much stronger than unicorns. Really? Oh, let me see. Wait, what? No, goddammit. No, I fucked up. Duh. Well, it says here that earth brownies are usually 3 times as strong as unicorns. Really now? Really? Let me see. She scooched herself up closer to look over my shoulder, and I suddenly felt the softness of her coat where her foreleg was brushing against my upper arm. She was so near to me now that I could smell her usual scent of vanilla and lavender. Take another drink. It was from the soap that I used, and for a long time now I associated her with the smell. As we read together, taking turns to look up more ludicrous and little-known facts, she kept pouring drink after drink, and we soon got getting pretty tipsy. A lot of the fun facts were suddenly a lot more fun than they would have ordinarily been, and the entree on the... and the entry... Did I really just fucking say entree? I apologize. That's what happens when I record after I wake up. And the entry on the mating dance of dragons had us in hysterics. Tears were running down Twilight's face. Oh, we have to show Rarity this. She'll never look at Spike the same way again. Who knew dragons did all that? As I caught my breath, I said, "Oh, don't do that to poor little guy. He'd never live it down." Twilight wiped her eyes with her forehooves. I guess you're right. She turned and floating a newly opened bottle of wine across to us. She freshened our glass. I took mine out of the air and glanced over at the smiling little unicorn, who was already taking gulps of wine in between giggles. Miss Bottle, are you trying to get me drunk? Twi took a glass from her lips, her cheeks suddenly flushing red. What? Why would I be trying to do that? I have absolutely no idea. But lucky for you, I like being drunk! Nice. I said, taking another mouthful of the wine. Twi's eyes flickered over my face, but didn't linger anywhere for long, and I noticed her trying to hide a nervous little smile. Why don't we read a little bit more? She suggested. Alright, I'm gonna stop this here. Just so, I'll probably upload this all at once, so you don't need to really worry about it. Beside the point, though. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording. Probably go get something to drink so I can join the drinking game. Clear my throat a bit. And, next time, things will probably get sexual. Badoodle. Anywho, hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.